Good morning, Team Impact. Today's Tuesday, December 12th. About a week and a half left here before Christmas, and we're going to grind out lesson two. If you were in class, we just warmed up with a good sheet. So this is going to be more of the same, and everybody's watching this video today. So let's get started. Graphing on the coordinate plane. Okay. So they give us some kind of number lines so we can understand when we go up, it's positive, down, it's negative. To the left, negative, to the right is positive. So -3 on the vertical number line is the dump truck. All right, let's go ahead and do these. And you don't need to wait for me. You can go ahead and hit these up. 4 on the horizontal line is the balloon, right? Where's the sailboat? Well, it's on the vertical, the horizontal, and it's at -2. The motorcycle's on the vertical, and it's at, the interval here is 1, so it's at 1. 5 on the vertical number line is the helicopter, right? Helicopter. And where's the rocket? Tough, huh? Yeah. The rocket looks to be at -5, and there you have it. So just a little warm up there. Let's get into some vocabulary, and I talked to you about this yesterday, but that's okay. The coordinate plane is formed by two lines, a horizontal line called the x-axis, right? And a vertical line called the y-axis. You have to know this vocabulary, okay? The lines intersect at a point called the origin, okay? The origin, O-R-I-G-I-N, okay? So when we look at all this stuff, let's talk about it here. Here's our origin. When I see this, I always start to label. This is X, or horizontal. This is Y, or vertical, right? So let's go ahead and label our quadrants as we did yesterday, right? So we did this by quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And you must use Roman numerals, and it goes in counterclockwise order, okay? So to get into quadrant 1, the X and the Y coordinates both have to be positive. So 4, 5, 7, 10, they both have to be positive. To plot in the second quadrant, quadrant 2, right, the X coordinate has to be a negative and the Y has to be a positive. So negative, positive. -5, 7. -10, 9. Makes sense? And you're going to notice that these are going to be opposite of each other. Well, what do you mean? Well, to get in the third quadrant, all right, if we look at the first, they were both positive. Now they're going to have to be both negative. Both X and Y is going to have to be negative because -3, -7, -8, -10. And then opposite of quadrant 2 is quadrant 4. We need a positive and a negative, right? So good vocabulary. You should know all of this, certainly. Okay, certainly you should know all this. Oh, I forgot to fill that in. All right, the line intersects the color, which is located at 0 and 0. I should have filled that in, right? All right, let's flip the page here and continue on. All right, so this is a lot of fun. I like the coordinate plane. Some think it's easy, others, all right, struggle with a little bit. But remember, first number left and right, second number up and down. If you want to work ahead on this stuff, go ahead. I'm fine with that. You can just check it with my key here, okay? All right, number 1, looks like we're going to see here, find the ordered pairs. -3, 3. So -3 and 3, right? Letter B, and I'm going to go right here, letter C here. C is right here, so we're 4, -2. Make sure you're writing it that way, please. Letter E is right there, -4 and 4. And G, 4 and 2. Okay. We come over to B. All right. B is there. 3 and -3. Remember, left and right, up and down. D is 1 and 4. F is, don't go left and right, we just go down to -4. So it's 0, -4, right? And that would be on the y-axis. And letter H is here, -4 and -1, okay? So hopefully, if you're just checking these, that worked out well for you. Now, we're going to go opposite here, right? Now we're going to go ahead and plot these, okay? All right, so I is 2, -3. 2, -3. Right there. And you know what I'm going to put there? I'm going to put a little I. Okay, so I know where it is. Okay, so I did that one. Okay, -4, -5. -4, -5 is right there, and that's letter K. Letter M, 3, -1. 3, -1 is right there, and there we have it. O, -1, 4 is letter O. J, -5, 2. -5, 2. L, 0, -2. 0, -2 would be right there. We didn't go left and right. We just went right down. That's letter L. Okay. N, 3, 2. 3, 2. P, 5, 0. So we're going to go over 5, and we're not going anywhere. And that's going to be letter P. And we're done with that. So if you're checking that, go ahead and take a look at that and see what you have, right? Okay. Next piece. The graph below shows several figures. Use the information to answer the questions. Okay, good stuff here. All right, let's go. Which points meet the condition where x is less than 1 and y is greater than -2? So x has to be less than 1, right? So here's 1. So x, anything less than 1, but it has to be greater than -2. So it has to be greater than -2. So, the only points that I see that are less than 1 and greater than -2 are what? Right? Well, there's 1. That's less than 1. It's 0. So A works. Why? Because the ordered pair for A is what? 0, -1. And 0 is less than 1, and -1 is greater than 2. Is there any more here? Yep, there it is. There's a G. G is -3 and 2. So it's -3 and 2, right? And that fulfills the requirements, right? How about D? D. D is -3 and 3. So D is certainly one that would work there, right? When we look at these. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky here, isn't it? At approximately which points do the triangle and the circle intersect? Okay, which points? So it looks like it's going to be more than one. Okay, so here's our triangle and here's our circle. There's absolutely a point of intersection, A. I already have those down. So A is going to be what? 0, -1. Oops. -1, right? And here's a point right here. There's a point of intersection. So -2 and -3, right? -2 and -3 is 1. Right? There is no plot there. That's why there's no letter. Name the ordered pair that represents the center of the circle. Okay, so take a shot at that. But it looks like to me the center is right there, right? So it looks like -2 and -1. And then finally, describe a F. Describe where F is located in relationship to the origin. Well, here's our origin. Well, F is 3 to the right and 2 up. So 3 units right, and 2 units up. Okay, so good stuff today. Flipping it over. This is your homework here today. Okay, so get it done, and we're rolling along. I think we're going to probably have a quiz on Thursday. So take that in the back of your mind. Have a good day, guys.